So welcome back to the channel, folks. It's been a while since I've covered a headset or did a headset review. I've been actually on the hunt for one for quite some time. My G4 35, the foam or sponge around them is kind of gone on me, and I needed a new headset. So yeah, I went ahead and I got the Pulse Elite. So I'm going to cover some features of the headset today, what you get in the box, and also the settings within the PS5 menu itself. So let's get straight into this, and then I'm going to share my overall thoughts on what I think about the headset overall. So folks, maybe if it makes sense, let's take a look at what you actually get in the kit itself. So you get the little wireless dongle. Bear in mind you can use this through Bluetooth and or this dongle directly on your PlayStation, because you can use this with your PC as well or with your mobile device because it has a Bluetooth setting. And this little thing is quite handy. So you can charge this two ways. You can charge it directly in the USB-C port on the headset itself, or you can have this little handy little headphone holder, and it's got the charge point there as well. And that actually connects to the top of the headset, if you can see. And it kind of just free sits like that. So you can kind of neatly just place it on top, and it kind of guides itself in. It's a little bit fiddly, but it guides itself in. You just have to maybe find that little home position a bit when you're sitting it up, and you could technically mount that to a wall. Bear in mind you will still have to connect your USB-C cable, and it'll have to plug in here somewhere. So you could get an AC adapter and connect that to your power in your house or whatever, and have a direct cable and maybe mount it somewhere up on the wall or something as a suggestion. Anyway, so I thought that was quite handy that this came with it. I want to talk about the headset itself, and what do I find most important about headset? It's always comfort. This to me is probably one of the most comfortable headsets Sony has produced for the console that I can recall. I had some old headsets from the PS4 days. They were 2.0 compatible, and they also were quite comfortable, but this headset is really comfortable. And another really neat thing about it is I don't have to mess with the adjustment of the headsets. There's no manual device that pulls this up and down to stretch it based on your head size. It literally kind of made to fit all, and it'll literally adjust. That guide will adjust as it sits on your head. So I just found that really practical and neat. I think the overall design is just clean. This is something that I would actually use outside of console use. You know, I'd go on a plane, I'd listen to music on my phone, or even connect it to my Steam Deck. So again, using Bluetooth, connecting it to my Steam Deck. It's something practical that I would use in and out of the home, maybe, if that makes sense. So overall, comfort is essential to me, and this is by far one of the most comfortable headsets I've ever seen Sony produce for the console. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. Let's get into the actual settings. Okay, so folks, so let's take a look at the settings for the Pulse Elite. So go to the settings menu in the PSN menu. We're going to go down to sound, and where you want to go is audio first, and go down all the way to the very bottom. Now, by default, probably more than likely most people have selected linear PCM. Now, I actually found better audio results using the Dolby Atmos audio format. So go ahead and select that. Again, this is a preference piece. I prefer to use the Dolby Atmos than the linear PCM. And then if you go to your 3D audio settings, make sure your enable 3D audio for headphones is enabled. Now you can adjust your audio profile. So in that case, I'm just using the Type 3. And what else is there to check? Also, I'm going to make the screen a little bit bigger here so folks can see it. There is a little quick menu to get into, and it's accessible directly via the headset itself. So if you see here on the power on button, if you tap this guy 3 times really quickly, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to minimize the screen again here so folks can see. And you will see it brings up a little secret menu for the headset itself. And you can also adjust your equalizer presets here, which I found pretty cool. So if you want to increase bass, maybe you're listening to some tunes, playing an FPS, etc. or you can do your own custom ones, and you can preview the audio settings as well, which I found handy. And then you can just do the general stuff that you can do probably on the device directly. You can mute your game chat here as well, or you can increase your music volume and your video volume up and down. But just thought that was a little neat thing that they added, so a little kind of key shortcut on the headset itself. So what do I think of the headset overall? I think the sound quality is excellent. Sony as a standard always has had high quality audio, even with their TVs that I've recently bought. I got my 4K 120Hz TV alongside my PS5 setup, and audio of that is amazing as well. So no question around the audio quality. And I like the fact that it has that little sub menu that you can mess around, and it has an inbuilt equalizer that you can adjust on the fly. Some of the audio is always dependent on whether or not the games support that. But overall, I think it's really, really good quality. Maybe the cons are it's a little bit pricey at 150 euros. And the other con is just the little device, the charging device on the mount. It is a little bit finicky to slot home, I suppose, when you want to charge it. But overall, I really, really think this is a great headset. And yeah, hopefully this was of some use to folks. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by liking, subscribing, and share down in the comments if you have this headset or you need some help.